Welcome to Winning with Annalee. I'm your host, Annalee Leonard, President and founder of Mainstay Financial Group, right on the corners of Antes and Perry. Welcome so much to our special edition of Winning with Annalee. Our emphasis today is that wonderful event that comes up every year at the end of April. This year it's April the 28th, that's a Saturday, E to the power of 3. This is our day that we've put together to educate the women in our own community. It's a day to educate, enlighten, empower. But the wonderful thing about this is you're not only helping yourself, you're helping other women in the community. Every penny of proceeds that we get goes back to the Women's Care Center at Sacred Heart, and we're so excited today because I have with me Dr. Suzanne Bush, who is an integral part of that center. I mean, gosh, you know, you and I have known each other now, close to 2 years. I'm still amazed at what you're doing over there.
Well, you're most kind.
And the service this is providing for our community. So could you tell us just a little bit, Dr. Sue, about what you're doing there and that clinic, how important it is to our area?
I'd love to talk about the Women's Care Center.
I know.
It's been actually part of my life for over 30 years.
Wow.
I did my residency training there, and it's had different names over the years, but it's the same mission, the same passion for taking care of women of all kinds and in all conditions,
all ages,
and all ages, but also having the ability to make financial arrangements for those women that have health care needs that they can't afford, and especially specific to OBGYN, to gynecological services. Absolutely.
Yeah. And in my understanding is this is not a free clinic. Am I correct?
That's correct. We do have an obligation to meet our cost, and so but we can set up payment sliding scales, all those kind of financial abilities that a clinic like this that is supported by generous funds from Power V3, and then also the foundation at Sacred Heart. Amazing, some of the stories that we can tell about the women that otherwise may have developed cancer or had their care neglected because they did not have the funds, and we're able to provide that. We do that though with a care team. It's a institution that is associated with the University of Florida.
Okay.
And it's a partnership with Sacred Heart Hospital, and that way we also do training with our resident physicians, and with board certified OBGYNs. It's a team care approach.
So it's the whole team working, you know, and I always tell my clients that when they come in to visit with us, you're not working with just Annalee. We have a whole team that we work with, and that approach, I think, just as you're doing, makes us so much more efficient.
It does, and I will tell you that every person that the patient touches hears the patient's story in a little different way, and then it all comes together in the real holistic look at who the patient is. The other thing that we can provide is for especially patients who have very complex medical histories and very that other people feel uncomfortable operating on. Not so much maybe not performing the surgery, but the care after, before and after. With the team that we have 24/7 doctors in the hospital to care for these patients post-op, and during the operation and post-operative, and that is just so comforting. Every night you have a board-certified OBGYN on call. You have a senior level resident physician who is an MD or DO, and you have a junior level, and that three member team is part of the care.
And I think we have to emphasize this fact that very often these are the women who may have insurance, but the deductible is so very high that they neglect a lot of the preventative measures. that could
Exactly.
be done.
That's what was so exciting about the Power of E3 was that we really wanted to do as much preventative care as we can, because we all know that if we can prevent things from happening, that's the best medicine.
And it's a lot less expensive in the long run.
Absolutely, and we're very excited that we're able to, the woman that would not get her mammogram or the woman that would not go and have her pap smear done, we're able to help them with those things.
So this, I think it's so important that everybody understands this. We put together a day for women in our community, 55 and above. I mean, any woman can come, okay? But I want everybody to understand the information is going to be geared to that age group, because you found in your practice, I found in my practice, that is a very neglected group of women as far as educational aspects are concerned. We kind of teach them when they're young, and you know, there are a lot of programs for the very people who are much older once they go into some type of retirement community, all kind of things for them. But that group in between tends to be neglected, and you of all people know, you know, there are so many problems that occur at that age, emotionally, physically, spiritually, financially, that are not addressed. So with E3, we're doing that, E to the power of 3, the day to educate, enlighten, and empower. And what we're doing here, you come in, you very small price for the ticket, you get 4 professional speakers. You get people like you and I running around all day, happy to talk to people, hot buffet lunch, fashion show with Chico's, which is a lot of fun.
Of course, we always like our fashion.
Oh,
I had to go buy a new shirt for today, of course.
Today,
Yeah.
It's just a great thing, you know. And then you get that camaraderie of women coming in together. I've seen people come in and next year they're still going to lunch with the same people they met at E3, forming friendships. Your ticket price is tax deductible because we're a nonprofit organization, and I want to emphasize 100% nonprofit. And we wanted to do that for the community, but we wanted to take those dollars and give back to the community, to our own women. So what we're doing here at the clinic, I mean, you've got team care, you've got the professionals that are there. We're doing preventative types of things that are out there. Tell me a little bit, maybe just a short snippet of someone that you've taken care of, that we've been able to help with E3.
Well, I think the one that comes to mind most recently was a woman who works but had no health care insurance, and she was seen at a local clinic that is a free clinic, and they found a fairly severe form of precancer, and she couldn't afford the next level of testing, and no one in town would see her. We used to have in the community a process called We Care, and that has not been as successful recently to help these people with that are in that in between. And we were able to get her in with the monies that we earned last year, that we raised last year, and get her in and get the care, and prevented her from getting cancer. And I would say within 2 years she would have had a invasive cancer if we had not intervened when we did.
So this is what I want you to understand. It's not a day just to help you. It's a day to help people that you'll never meet, you'll never know who they are, but what an unbelievable feeling to be able to say that someone has a longer lifespan, more time to be with their families, simply because we all got together one day to educate ourselves, enlighten ourselves, empower ourselves. We were able to help somebody that would have been lost in the system as such.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
So what a great thing. And when Dr. Sue and I come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about some of the other things that Sacred Heart is doing and why we feel this affiliation that we have is so very, very important. You know, again, it's not a day for me, it's not a day for Dr. Sue, it's a day for the community. And it's a day for people to get together, to learn, to educate themselves, to empower themselves. But at the same time, we're helping people. I'll never meet them. You see them.
I do.
But, you know, I'll never meet them. I just kind of get the stories back from Dr. Sue, and it's like, yep, this is why we're doing this. This is the direction we're going in. So, you know, get your tickets now. Go to the website, powerof3.com. You can buy your tickets there. You can call my office, 437-3127. We'll have tickets available for you. We have packages we can do. If you buy 3 tickets, you're going to pay full price for 2. The third one's half price. You buy 6 tickets, full price for 5. Number 6 is free. So get your friends together. Make it a whole day event. Come out, have lunch, learn some things, and just make the community a much, much better place. So when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about the purpose of the group and where we're going. See you in a minute.
Retirement strategies come in all shapes and sizes. One strategy does not fit all when it comes to reaching your retirement goals, and considering all your options may be, well, more than you want to think about. So whether you're looking to retire or already living in retirement, you need a strategy tailor-made for you.
Hi, I'm Annalee Leonard with Mainstay Financial Group, and I'm here to design a financial plan for you and for those that you love.
Hart, what's going on?
I'm leaving.
Why? What did I do?
Not enough. You constantly ignore me. You barely eat anything healthy. You're half as active as you used to be. The pressure is just too much. I quit.
Okay, I get it. I'll do better. Just please, don't leave.
Okay. But remember, if I go, you go.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Mainstay Financial Group offers advocacy and personal financial guidance in a caring environment. That's the heart of our practice. At Mainstay, we're dedicated to exemplary service and a caring relationship with our client, not with a number. Plan for the future now with Mainstay Financial Services.
Welcome back to Winning with Annalee. I'm your host, Annalee Leonard, president of Mainstay Financial, and I have with me today Dr. Suzanne Bush from the Women's Care Center, and we're talking about our wonderful event we have coming up. Not that we get excited.
Yes, we get excited about it.
We get very excited.
We get excited about it.
We get very excited. E to the power of 3, it's our day to educate women in our own community, to educate, enlighten, and empower you, because if you're empowered, you're going to make wise decisions. How do we get empowered? We do that by getting education. That's always been my mantra. I know it's yours because you're a teacher, and that's what you do all day long. So we're educating people. We're out there. We're doing things. You know, I want to go back to the quality of care that people are getting at the Women's Care Center that E to the power of 3 is helping you to provide.
Well, you know, we really do try to provide the state-of-art facility, equipment to take care of the women in a comfortable, private setting. Yeah. And those equipments are not cheap.
They cost a penny or two, don't
they? A penny or two, right.
Well, and you know, the first year you think about it, you know, what we've been able to help you do with the expenses. The very first year we did E3, we only gave you, I think it was $345. But boy, we were proud of that $345.
We got a mammogram out of that.
We got a mammogram out of that. The next year we were able to give the Women's Care Center $3,000. Boy, we thought we were really stepping at that point. Then the third year we gave $5,000. The next year, well, we built it up to, no, it was 3, 7, and last year we were able to give you 10.
Right.
And come on, ladies, you got to help me here. My goal is to get this year at least up to 15, 18,000, because if you would, Dr. Sue, tell us what the big sums of money, when we give you those, what kind of things are you able to do there? Because as you said, equipment is expensive.
Right. Well, let me tell you first one thing that we were able to provide this year.
Okay.
And there is a instrument that we use to do to look inside a woman's womb to know if she has cancer or not.
Okay.
A lot of these surgeries require going to the hospital and anesthesia, and that just kicks up the cost so much.
Oh, sure.
And so now, in the privacy of the office, with a simple office copay, they can have a much more expensive the procedure that would have been done elsewhere. And this is wonderful because it keeps the patients comfortable, affordable, and things that make them feel in control of their health care as well. So that was a very exciting item, very painless, very comfortable for the patient, and that's good. Now, Dream List.
Here we go. Dream
here you
List.
go.
Let
Here
me
you
write
go.
them down.
I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
So there is this new computer. A microscope that we look inside to see if someone has cancer. We were all going, wait, we've been looking with our eyeballs all these years.
Yes.
We know what to do. We know where to biopsy. But with this particular microscope, it actually tells you where to biopsy. And I remember the first time I looked at one, I thought, no way.
Oh my God.
They showed me each of those biopsies. It had a precancer that I couldn't see with my naked eye. It's extremely expensive. It's on our wish list.
Yes.
But we will get there.
Yes.
We'll get there.
Yes.
And Power V3 has been able to do that for us, and that is so exciting to have this ability to possibly even be the first office in town to have this.
First office. All right, ladies, did you hear the power we have simply by coming to an event? And listen, if you can't come to the event and you want to donate to us, we're here. We will take it. I mean, anything that you can do. And remember, whatever you do is 100% tax deductible. I mean, let's be real. We got to pop those things in when we can. But here you've got a chance to come out, go to a wonderful event. We've got 4 fantastic speakers. Well, I should say 3 because I'm one. I can't call myself fantastic. Yeah, I can. Okay, so we've got 4 speakers that are going to be there that day. We've got the hot lunch. We've got the fashion show. And our theme this year you love. Because what is our theme?
Our theme is wellness.
Yes.
And wellness is a really hot topic right now in medicine. And we're trying to talk about physician wellness, nursing wellness, but why not our own women wellness as well? And wellness takes on a lot of different subjects. So we're going to be talking about your emotional wellness, living life to the fullest. Then we're going to talk about financial wellness. If you don't have your finances, you're worried, you're concerned about where your life is going. Then we're going to talk a little bit about physical wellness and how positive you can approach this aging process.
Yes.
And I'm right there with everyone, trying to make the best of it. And then we're also going to complete it with an environmental wellness.
Yes.
And that's an organization. I think I'm going to hire to just redo my whole house because that's probably my worst fault right now is organizational.
Organization.
Yeah.
So it's what we're trying to do is hit on a little bit of everything. And let's go back to that environmental wellness. This is a wonderful thing. This lady is a professional organizer, Cindy Brown. She's a professional organizer. She had a very successful business over in Texas and moved here for various reasons, but decided to continue her business, thank goodness for all of us, but helping people, because very often at that age we encounter someone who's ill. That means a lot of additional things in the house. We lose a spouse, so now the whole house has to be reorganized. And sometimes that's an overwhelming task.
Oh, absolutely.
Overwhelming.
And I think I've seen that so many times, women coming in after their spouse,
Yes.
just for the routine annual, but talking about all those kinds of things,
Yes.
that hidden knowledge, that hidden curriculum is what we call it these
Yes.
days in education of how do you go forward from here?
Yes.
So I'm excited to hear
so
that.
Cindy is going to help us with that. She also helps to stage houses. If you're going to sell a house, she'll come in and stage it for you to take your chances of selling that house and up it quite a bit. So very good lady to know. Susan Burke on the physical wellness side, we're going to be talking about the importance of balance and that core strength. And you know, as a physician, one of the worst things that happens to so many women as we get older, the bone structure weakens, the core strength weakens, leads to falls, leads to all kind of medical problems.
Absolutely. You know, the core strength we're finding is more and more important as we get older. And so many people complain of lower back and just aches and pains that if the whole core is stronger, they will do better. It's interesting as I've studied the whole process of, you know, positive aging, successful aging, it comes back to two things. One is keep learning.
Exactly.
If your brain is not growing, it's either staying the same or it's getting smaller. So we really want to keep that idea of continual learning. And the other thing is a certain amount of muscle mass and strength, and that inner strength that you lose very rapidly after about age 50 in women especially. I know mostly about women as a gynecologist. So I speak for that from that perspective. And it's just been pretty amazing, the literature, the science behind that process and making a more successful aging.
Yes. So, you know, that's a very important thing, and Susan Burke is going to teach us some things that we can do no matter what our physical condition to help strengthen those areas. I'm going to talk about your financial wellness because, as you said, Sue, it's if you're worried about your money, you don't sleep, you don't eat, you don't, you know, get that in shape, have a plan, know where to go, and we'll simply talk about some of the things that are out there. And then Julie Clark, who is our keynote, Julie at a young age was diagnosed with what could be a very debilitating disease, but she made up her mind, I'm not going to let that stop me. I'm going to go out and live each day to the fullest, and I'm going to go out and tell other people how they can do it. I mean, what a great attitude.
I know. We're going to learn something from her, I'm sure.
Well, we all will. And I think we'll all learn from each other that day, which we always do. We continue this all year long now. That was a request by people at the last E3. They wanted to know if we could continue all year. So our people that come to E3, we invite them on a quarterly basis to come on a Saturday morning for an hour and a half to small sessions at my office that are in depth on particular topics. So it's not like we have one day and we're done, we see you next year. We have a wonderful day, and as much as you want to become a part of the community, we're there for you.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I think it's just been a fabulous idea. I don't know if you remember, the first year I really it was the second year that the conference was performed, and you asked me to speak, and I went, oh my goodness, I love this group. I love this group of women. I love what you do. I love your idea. Do you need a board member? I mean, I volunteered to be part of this, and that's how much I believe in what you were brilliant in setting up and getting this started for us, and just keeping the energy going as well. And I think that it's going to take women in the community to help support us and keep our energy going. In fact, a lot of our topics this time were feedback from the last conference on what people want to see again this year, and then we'll build on that next year as well.
Yeah. So we need you to buy tickets. Go to powerthe3.com. Call me at my office, 437-3127. If you want to donate something, if you can't do the ticket price, you want to donate $5, we sincerely 100% appreciate that. If you're interested in perhaps serving as one of our board members, we would love to talk to you about that, because the more of us who join together, the more people who are going to know about what we're doing.
Absolutely.
And that's what we need. That's what we need. So call us. Please come out for this day. You're going to enjoy the day tremendously. We're local. The money stays here. It doesn't leave. And I don't know of very many organizations, and I don't know, maybe you do, Dr. Sue, that are 100% nonprofit.
Well, there are quite a few, but
Yeah.
but I think the targeted funnel for the mission is healthcare for women in need, and especially targeting women that are almost forgotten in our society. Our government does a good job of supporting women who are pregnant and child care and care for children, but it's the women in between that have maybe gone through a divorce, or a spouse has left them, or has died, and so those are the women that I think we really have an opportunity to reach out to as well, and make sure they feel they're very important.
I love it. So ladies, help us fill up the room. My dream, and Dr. Sue and I have talked about this, my dream is for us to get so many women that we can no longer use Green Hood Auditorium at Sacred Heart Hospital. We'll have to find another venue. But that's up to you. Only you can make this event successful. It's a day for you. It is a day for our local community. It's all up to you to make it work. Buy your tickets, come as a group, bring a friend. Daughters, bring your mothers. Husbands, buy a ticket for your wife. Business owners, buy a group of ticket for the ladies in your office. What a tremendous gift that would be.
Right.
Show those ladies you appreciate them and you want them to stay well. That's the important thing. Come out. We hope we see you on the 28th. We'll be ready for you. Find Dr. Sue and I and tell us hello. We'd love to talk to you for a minute. Take care, and we'll see you on the 28th.